Hey everybody, how are you? So it's time for some more Foodie Beauty tarot. Yes, it is. The last reading I did was on Amberlyn Reed and Tommy, and that was a really interesting reading. Really interesting. The cards got right to the point on that one. In Bulger. Booger's asleep behind me. She's taking her little nap. So I finally found the tarot cards that I wanted to use that had been missing for the last few readings. Oh, Bulger. Get the Bulger. What are you doing, baby? I know. So welcome, you guys. Welcome. I'm just getting started. There we go. Just making sure everything where it needs to be. And I'm getting my cards out. So it's time to check in with Miss Foodie herself. Just get all this stuff out of the way so it's not a problem. Okay. So got to shuffle up the cards. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's not too late and it's not too early. So, all right. Welcome to those that are silently watching. Let's see what the cards have to say on Miss Foodie today. It's been about a week. It has been about a week. Hello, T. Did we get rain here? Not today, T. Oh, there you go. See, they're handsome. There's your girlfriend, Booger. She's taking a nap. Booger. Hi, baby. See, she's taking a nap. Hello, Yellow Moon. Hey, Dan. Little girl's taking a nap behind me. She's sleeping. Hello, Catherine. So welcome, everybody. So the cards were speaking the last time on Amber and Tommy. Do I think that whole thing is done? Absolutely not. I think there's going to be more to come, but we're not focused on Amber and Tommy today. Today, Foodie Beauty is up. Aww. So your cat is in love with my cat. They have a long distance relationship. Booger. They are such lovers. So for those that might be busy right now, maybe just getting home from work or busy with week stuff, that's okay. You guys can catch it on the replay. I'm just going to do my reading on Foodie while I have the time. And that way we can catch up with her and see what's going on with her. I was trying to keep up with all the content. 24 years old in November. Nice. So I just did a react to Amber today. And then I just posted one of Chantal. Kind of cut down her 3-hour live stream to like an hour and a half. I just cut out some of the boring stuff. Her behavior was just kind of bizarre. Like really, really bizarre. And I kept thinking about it's the end of the month. And she's going for that end of month money. Trying to get as much Google AdSense money as possible. And she wants attention on herself, but she's not really willing to go the extra mile to get it. So it feels very lazy. Very, very lazy on Foodie's part. ASCL. How are you? Yeah, Chantal did her like 3-hour plus live. I'm like, leave. You're being boring. Why are you staying on so long? Get offline, Foodie. You don't have anything that you're offering to us. Just go. So, for anybody that's new here, I think Foodie is evil. I actually agree with you. But you know what's worse than that, I am Dee Dee? I don't think she's just evil. I think she's empty. Like she's she's empty inside. Like there's no substance there. There's nothing. She's completely empty. Hi, Bunny. She's just a void. Just an abyss of nothing. That's the best way to describe Foodie. She's just a black hole that light goes into and doesn't come back out of. How are you, Bunny? I know you. I see your tweets on Twitter all the time. Her life seems grueling to me. The rabbit's been acting up. A cat with a floppy ears. You know, rabbits can be pretty funny. I actually had an ex that had 2 collies, and there was a bunny in the house, and they loved to play with the bunny. And then later on, when the bunny was gone, he had a ferret, and the ferret would play with the dogs. It was the most hilarious thing. You know, the ferret would just hop up and down on his feet and then flatten itself on the ground like, you don't see me. It was hilarious. You had to be there to see it. You know, ferrets do that weird bunny hop type situation, and then they go flat to the ground like, oh, I'm camouflaged. You can't see me. Yeah, I can still see you. Hop, hop, hop. Funny creatures they are. All right. You're getting a turtle. You know, back in the day, I used to have like an aquarium with baby turtles. And they were fun to watch. They liked to play with the bubbles. Did I know Hussy is online? You mean Miss Hussy? Miss Hussy or a Hussy? There's all kinds of Hussies on YouTube. Which Hussy you talking about? I mean, you have raised rabbits. You got 23 in the barn. Very nice. Very nice. I just have my 2 cats. Hello, love roses. Mash. It's okay if you're lurking, Mash. It's perfectly fine. I need to get a companion for Handsome. My hubby and I are going to be Humane Society when he gets back from Cascade. You know what, T? You might look out. Maybe the cat distribution system will pick up on your energy, and you never know. You might be walking down the street and find a stray kitten. It's just that fast. It works just like that. Hello, Sunshine Country Chickens. We're older selves. Okay. But you just never know. You might be walking down the street and you don't choose the cat chooses you. That's just usually how it works. You don't pick them, they pick you. And when they pick you, you know it. And once they pick you, don't argue. It ain't going to work. Just let it happen. Yeah, I know. You know what, Burgundy? It's okay. It's okay. Moved on from that. You know, he can do what he wants to do. He's of no concern to me. I'm just over here doing my thing on my channel. And as long as he stays out of my yard, we're fine. All right, so we're going to get started with Miss Foodie. I really want to see what's going on with her. You know what? It's really funny. Before we get into the Rider-Waite deck, hello, Angela. You boogers. Something is telling me to use the Osho tarot deck first. Like it's saying, you know what? Normally you wait till after the Rider Waite reading, but the Osho deck has been like, do me first, do me first, do me first. Okay, I'll do you first. We'll put down some cards for Chantal with the Osho deck. Do I read palms? I know a bit about that, but I generally am not a palm reader. Yo. Inferno. Yo. Bring on the death card. You never know. It might pop up first. You just never know. Hello, Lainey. I don't know if YouTube is on top of the notifications today. I know I've done a lot. And after like the third thing that you post, YouTube just flips you the middle finger and says, you're doing too much. We're not going to promote you anymore. Hey, Capricorn. How are you? Okay. So I'm going to do the Osho deck first. It's saying, do me first, do me first, do me first. Okay, all right, whatever you want. Stop yelling at me. I'm well, too. And I've got some news for those of you that are my subs. In about 6 months, you guys are going to see a whole new background because I will be moving to a whole different area. I'm not going to be in the Pacific Northwest anymore. I'm going to New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. It should be lovely. Well, I'm moving in with a friend, but it's just a different change of area, and there's a lot more opportunity for a lot more different things. That is a good thing. Hey, Nutty from Arizona. Hey, Hannibal. Am I taking the outdoor child? I really am gonna try. You know what? This is why I'm keeping my fingers crossed about Blackie. Look, she's outside right now, and she is mostly feral, and it's warm weather outside, and she's having a good time hunting all the rice and the hunting the mice, hunting the rats and the moles and the voles and the birds. She's having a good time with that. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that since it is going to take me 6 months to move, when it starts to get cold, that's going to prompt her to come inside with me so I can take her with me. Like right now, she's like, I'm good. I'm outside. It's warm. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm getting fed. I'm getting my pets. I have my freedom. So there's no real urge for her to come inside. And I'm going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I am moving. So let's get started with Chantal. So we're doing the Osho Tarot deck. Desert Predators. You'll be so close. I know. All right, so let's get in with the Osho Tarot deck. What does the Osho Tarot deck have to say about Chantal? What is her energy? Oh, what? Oh, okay. So these two cards just popped out. So that's interesting, this mix. So these just popped out. The Adventure card. But we've also got the Exhaustion card. So I guess she's suffering from exhaustion, which doesn't surprise me at all. does not surprise me at all. Like she doesn't have any energy to do anything. She's tired. She's very freaking tired because she doesn't put the right gas in the gas tank. You eat nothing but garbage, you're not gonna be able to do much. Put the right gas in your gas tank, you can go a little bit longer. She's always hungry and tired. It is, Lori. This is the Osho tarot deck, and the cards are beautiful. They're so pretty. I love this deck. It has a very peaceful feel to it. All right, so let's the first card down for Chantal. Ooh, what? Ooh. So the first card down for Chantal. This is interesting. Y'all check this out. Isolation. Hey, Brooke. Reality Chica. Isolation. That's interesting. So Chantal is there's a sense of aloneness. There's a sense of solitary, like being alone. You know, but it's not just temperature and it's not just being alone. Like everything inside of her is frozen. Like that's what the card is telling me. Like everything inside of her is frozen. Everything is just in stasis. Everything is on pause. There's no warmth. There's no movement. It's just everything's frozen. Everything is absolutely frozen. Like it's like being frozen in ice. You're not moving. You're not thinking. You're just standing still. Isolation. So like there's absolutely no move. Excuse me. There's absolutely no movement with Chantal. Okay. And the second one is we have sorrow. So not only is she in isolation, but there's a lot of sorrow. A lot of it. You know, and I think that those two cards go together. You know, like there's sorrow, but it's caused by the isolating yourself, cutting yourself off from everything, putting yourself in a box. You isolate. Hello, fatty. You isolate for yourself for too long, you're going to feel this. I mean, we all need our isolation, solitary time, but too much is too much. So there's sorrow. Oh, and past lives. We got the past lives card. So like, let's put these three cards together. You've got somebody who's in isolation. They're basically putting themselves in solitary confinement. They're feeling a lot of sorrow doing that. And because they are all alone and basically stuck with their own thoughts, there's a lot of thinking about how things used to be. There's a lot of toxic nostalgia for the past, wishing for things of the past, wishing for the childhood, wishing for better times that have already been had. So like this, you know, you're putting yourself in solitary confinement, Chantal, and it's doing you no good. And Spirit is telling you, you need a breakthrough. In order to get this, you have to break through all that ice. You have to break through the ice. You got to get out of that ice cube, got to get out of the solitary confinement, and you got to go where the warmth is. You know, if you want to get out of solitary confinement, you're the one who puts yourself in a cell, and you're the only one that's got the key to open the door. And right now, oh, hold on. Nothingness. So this is essentially like the nothingness. What is Spirit telling me from this? In order to write a new chapter, you have to have a blank page. There can't be anything on it. You know, Chantal always refers to her channel as her story. And she's written many chapters to that story. But if you want to write a new chapter, you've got to start with a blank page. There can't be anything on it. You've got to start fresh. And until you start fresh, Chantal, like this is what's inside of you. Like there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. You know, like she's longing for abundance, but abundance is part of her problem. The fact that she's got abundance of different things, and the abundance of things is working against her. Like there's a sense of overindulgence rather than gratitude in her attitude and feeling blessed for the abundance. There's a sense of abusing the abundance. You know, it's almost like a lion in the jungle that they don't really have to hunt anymore. They just get used to it. They take it for granted. It's the picture that I'm getting on this card. It's someone that's just sitting still and saying, whatever. You know, overabundance can work against you. Then you've got, you've got the burden. You know, like the too much of carrying around all that baggage. You've got to let go of it. You've got to let go of it. You know, like look at this card really quick. You've got one person, there's a person on top of a person, and you've got the rooster. So the burden of carrying somebody else's weight, carrying a bunch of issues, problems that need to be addressed. This could also mean addiction. Like addiction is a burden. Addiction is a big, big burden. Like you got to get rid of some of that baggage, Chantal. And you've got to go back to the source. You know, you've got to connect with that higher self. The higher self is the source. You know, if you got to fix the engine, you got to go to the engine's core and fix everything. So you got to go to the source. And by going back to the source, it'll create a sense of awareness, because right now she's not aware right now. She has purposely put herself asleep. Anybody who has seen the movie Dune, anybody remember the movie Dune? The line in that movie, the sleeper must awaken. That's what has to happen to her. Right now, her addiction, her issues, getting too entrenched in YouTube, she's essentially put herself to sleep. The sleeper must awaken. You know, like, but awareness is not going to come without a cost. But if there is a cost, it's going to be one worth paying, because awareness means awareness will also bring forth change, but that change will be very painful. But it's one of those kinds of pains that you should welcome, because welcoming it will mean you'll be a better person when it's all over. Like you're gonna get your cuts and bruises, you're gonna get your bang ups, but it's gonna be worth it. You know, it's a pain worth going through, because there's something positive at the end. It is not in vain. Then we've got control. Like, you know, she's got to get control of herself. She's got to let go control of other people. You know, stop being the tyrant, cut it out. You know, like I'm feeling a sense of somebody who is a tyrant here, lording over somebody. You know, she's not in control of herself. She exerts the control she should have for herself over other people. So you got to let go of other people's leashes, Chantal. You can't hold on to them. You got to just, you know, your addiction has collared you, and you need to work on fixing that. You know, like she longs for a sense of adventure. Like that inner child in her longs for a sense of adventure. But yet at the same time, she's surrounded in darkness and she doesn't know how to go after it. So like she thinks about adventure. She's a dreamer. She dreams out loud, but it goes no further than just the dreaming and the thinking. There's no moving, there's no action, there's no making a blueprint, nothing. But she's thinking about it. She's always thinking about the things she wants to do rather than actually doing them. Oh, and flowering, like she imagines herself as being the goddess. You know, like that. This is what she wants to be, the goddess, but she wants to, you know, oh no. Like, for some reason, this card, I keep thinking of the seal position and the bed rotting and the bed bound. Like, she wants to be taken care of. She wants to sit on a pillow and be adored. Like, this is what she wants. You know, she wants to be almost like goddess-like, and she's not. You know, like, she's lacking, you know, she's lacking the intensity in her life. Big time intensity. Like, she's lost her fire. She needs to get it back. You know, and she doesn't. Her problem is she's afraid of change because she doesn't trust herself. She doesn't trust herself. She doesn't control herself, and she doesn't trust herself. Like look at the picture. The person has their arms outspread and they're jumping into a void. There's nothing around them, and she doesn't trust that she can do this and be okay. So she's erring on the side of caution and like, I know I'm over here and I have this over here. I don't know what's on the other side, so I'm not going to jump. I am not going to jump. She doesn't trust herself. She does not trust herself to jump over the abyss. And there's a sense of playfulness. Like just, you're playing too much though, Foodie. You're way playing too much. She said there's too much play and not enough work. Uh-oh. Let's see. Then there's this card, the ordinariness. You know, like this is what she needs. She needs a little bit of the ordinary in her world. She really does need to come back down to earth and be ordinary and get grounded. You know, that's what she's lacking. She's lacking the grounded. You know, like she's so busy living in YouTube land and Delulu land that she doesn't know how to be ordinary anymore. And she needs that for the grounding process to ground her soul. By being ordinary, there could be a sense of understanding, an intense understanding that she doesn't have right now. And if she did all of that, if she just did what she needed to do, there would be a sense of healing. There would be a sense of healing. So I'm glad the Osho deck kind of jumped out at me and said, pick me up first. Now I know why. That was an interesting, like a little mini reading. So we're going to get on to the big reading. The big one. Wah wah. With the Rider-Waite deck. And maybe bring out some other decks as well. So while I'm shuffling cards, I'll just let you guys know I did watch the 3-hour live. I zipped through a lot of it because a lot of it was boring. She was eating and she was talking about nothing. But I did find it interesting that she brought up Natter again. This man that supposedly hurt her. Bringing him up again when she does not have to. You know, calling herself a DV victim, but yet bringing up the person who hurt her. Bulgur. Bulgur? Hi, baby. You just felt an earthquake. Yeah, she talked about Natter for a good minute or so, like a good 5-10 minutes. Yeah, Reality Chica, are you okay? Was it a bad one? I lived in Cali and I went through like mini earthquakes a lot. And some of them were a little bit more intense than others. It always felt weird though. So be careful out there. It's all good. Yeah, she did talk about Natter. All right. She's always been in love with Natter. I think she still is. Of course she is. Natter was the one she couldn't have. And if Dee Dee left tomorrow, and if Natter called her up and said, come on home, let's shack up, she would be in that plane and on her way to Natter in a hot minute. She would. She would. When did she mention that or again today in her live, Brooke? Yes, she did. Hey, love roses. He hurt me so bad and you guys don't understand and I lived in terror. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up talking about he hurt you. You fake phony victim. He for someone that hurt you, you kept going back and forth to his house. You were sneaking off to go see him in hotel and motel rooms. After the allegations, you went over to his house with green products and coffee for a coffee date. So what's up with that? You want to talk about that? Liar. Chantal's not a victim. She's not a DV victim. Sorry, not buying it. I don't care what price she puts on that package. I still wouldn't buy it. No. Don't believe it. She was never afraid of him. She liked to provoke him and scream in his face, and that's something you just don't do when people hurt you like that. No. Don't believe her. Not believing that shit. And she was never afraid of him. And here's something for y'all. I don't know if you guys caught this. I don't know if anybody caught this, but the moment she said it, I'm like, now we got the final piece to the puzzle. Chantal mentioned in one video or one live that she volunteered or worked at a battered women's shelter when she was younger. The moment she said that, the light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, oh, okay. You're all about borrowing people's stories. So what are the odds you went to this place and you talked to some of the ladies there, actual victims, or you heard their stories, remembered them, and then drew them into your story arc? Hey, Tucker. What are the odds of that? Booger. What you doing? I know. So Booger's like, Booger's doing the seal position and doing it better than Chantal. What do y'all think? 10 out of 10? Is my cat doing the seal position better than Chantal? She looks prettier doing it. Booger. Hi. Booger. What you doing, Booger? Eh? Yeah, but I'm sure this Chantal heard them talking about their experiences. And she remembered all that stuff and decided like years later to paint herself a victim. So she borrowed off the stories that she heard. But the thing is, there are some pieces of the puzzle that ain't there that should be there if you're an actual victim. Like if you've actually been through an experience. If you've actually been through an experience and then you have to talk about it in your head, you're reliving it in your mind. It's like a movie playing backwards. You're going to have a visceral reaction. You can't just talk about what happened to you to thousands of people. So it's shit like that that made me go, okay. All right. Yeah. And she did say she exaggerated her claims. All right. So we're going to get into Little Miss Chantal. We're going to get into it. And if you guys want to thumbs up the stream or sub to my channel, I would be happy to have you aboard and really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So we're going to get into Foodie and see what Little Miss Foodie is doing. All right. Show me, Chantal, what is her energy? What is her energy? Like I was sort of trying to tap into her energy earlier. The whole thing with Amber is she's not panicky. She's feeling a bit uneasy, but she's not panicky. It's one of those things where you look over to your left, like what's going on over there, but you're not full on panicking or fearful. You're just like, it's one of those. So she's hearing all the buzz about Amber and Tommy, and she isn't full on worried yet, but it's making her a bit uneasy. Like, how long is this going to last, or like how much of a buzz is this going to cause? Yeah, booger. Booger? What you doing? So yeah, like I just tapping in that energy, and I just feel from Chantal that she's kind of like looking over at Amber's corner and just wondering, like, she doesn't know which way things are going to go yet, because allegedly Amber and Tommy are broke up. So she's like, why? Like she's thinking, like, why are people talking about her, and when is this going to be over? Hey, Buckle Bunny. Booger. All right, so let's get into Foodie. Hey, Florida Salt and Sass, so glad to have you here. How are you? One of the Twitter peeps. Good. What you doing? I know. I wish I had Booger's life. Hey, if I have to come back, let it be as a well-loved cat. Hey, Bobby Patrick, you're not that late. You're fine. So I just threw some cards, Florida Salt and Sass and Chantal. It was very interesting. I used the Osho tarot deck. Hello, Nina. Yes. Yes, I am. Actually, my handle on Twitter is wow, big capital letters, wow girl Sarah. All right. So let's get started with Miss Foodie. I don't want to keep y'all waiting too terribly long. Yeah, that's actually, Laura, you got, well, it's wow, WOW, big capital letters, and the rest is small print. Anything good the burritos didn't take her out. She's a cockroach when it comes to food. She'll eat anything, nothing happens. You're not getting notifications? Can I say something real quick before I start throwing the cards? For the Horde! Yes. Screw the Alliance. Anduin sucks. Yeah, I said it. I'm not taking it back. The Alliance you guys were screwed. We got Sylvanas, but you got a boy king that just can't get it together, man. What's wrong with him? Jeez. But going back to the notifications, if you guys are having trouble with the notifications, sometimes it helps to unsub and then resub and click that bell with the on notifications, and that might fix it. Hey, Nightwolf. YouTube is stupid when it comes to notifications. I can't explain it. YouTube is dropping the ball. What do we pay you for? I even pay for YouTube Premium. This is unacceptable. Boo. All right, so Foodie, you're up. Who's attacked? What? Who's attacked? Are you being attacked? We'll probably see Tommy again. You know what? I got a feeling you're right. We've not seen the last of Tommy. It's just that Amber is now trying to figure out how she can reframe everything to where girl, all you vicious people in girl world, all of you big meaty heads won't come after her. All right. All right, Foodie. Talk to me, Foodie. We're bullies. Salt and Sass, I'm okay with us being bullies. You want to know why? Because that fetish shit does not belong on YouTube. I don't know what it is with Amber and Chantal. They need to take that shit off of YouTube because it don't belong on YouTube to begin with. Take it to OnlyFans or Patreon or whatever you feel. There's plenty of sites and forums out there. They want to do the fetish thing. It don't belong on YouTube where minors can see it and be exposed to it. No, no, no. They want to carry on like that. They can go somewhere else and do it. They don't need to do that here. It's bad enough that Chantal's doing it. Now Amber's joining in. I'm like, this is too much. This is too much. We don't need that stuff here. Take it away. Hello, Tammy. How are you, Tammy? Thank you, Tragically. And by the way, I know this has been mentioned before. Y'all, Tragically Delicious is the one that sent me all the beautiful tarot decks, including the Osho deck, which I just got through using, and several other decks. So, Tragically, you're awesome. All right, so we're going to get started with Little Miss Chantal. We're going to get started with her. All right, what's going on with you, Chantal? Like, what is your mindset? Like, where are you at right now? All right. Okay, that's interesting. The first card down for Chantal is the Page of Cups. So basically, just looking for that money. And I think this has to do with the feeder stuff, since the cup does contain a fish. Like this is her making money off the feeders. See, you guys can see there's a fish in there. Like really pushing that fetish content. You know, like this, it's doing the fetish content and basically just being hyper focused on the food. Next card down, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, like this, the food and the money are both intertwined. Money, food, money. And like they're both intertwined. It's like if I do this, that leads to this. You know, like you eat the food and then you get paid. Oops. And there goes the card. There goes the doggone card. So it's like money, food, money, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. You know, like super focused on that. Ooh. Ooh. You got the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands. I need another card to go with the Eight of Wands. I need to see what else is. Oh my God. Ugh. We got the Eight of Wands. But then it's followed up by the Seven of Cups. This is not good. This is so not good. I'm feeling like this card is just doing a lot of things. What she's doing, it's not resulting in a lot of serious results. Just little bits here and there. And the feel that the picture I'm getting in my head is somebody that the tree doesn't have much in the way of leaves or fruit, but just grabbing at whatever's there. You know, like the branches are pretty much bare, but grabbing at what's there because that's all there is. And here we have the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of negative dreaming going on here. There's a lot of feeding delusion. There's a lot of the ego itself in the top left. You know, like the sense of self, the ego. And I'm looking, for some reason, I'm zeroing in on the middle cup at the top of, for some reason, it just, Spirit is telling me secrets, keeping secrets, hiding things from people, hiding things from yourself. Like surrounded by all like the, how can I say this? I'm getting too much in the way of the download. All right. So the middle cup, this is stuff being hidden, surrounded by all of this stuff that is seen. Does that make sense? So like the top left, you have what I feel represents the ego, the person's ego, their narcissism. Then you've got the top right, which I feel like Spirit is telling me that represents intention. Like you got the snake for the intention. Like I'm going to slither up to you and I'm going to be slow about it and I'm going to be quiet, but I'm still going to slither. Then we have, it looks like a castle in the bottom left, like grandiose ideas, grandiose plans, and just thinking beyond the boundaries and just thinking in grandiose ways, if that makes sense. You know, because whatever Foodie does, she has to go big. She can't just live in an ordinary house. She has to live in a castle. If she drives a car, it has to be a better car than the rest of us. You know, like that is so Foodie. Then we have the cup with all the jewels in it, you know, wanting to live the opulent lifestyle. Then you've got the wreath, you know, like always wanting to attain a victory. She's always got to be victorious in everything. And then you have the bottom right. Ugh. You know, like it's Spirit is telling me that is the cup of poison, the addiction. You know, the addiction telling her what to do. You know, like the addiction ruling her. Absolutely ruling her. So she's got all these cups going on. And this is what's here. Where's her diamond? She gets a cubic zirconia. All right, so next card down, we've got the Two of Cups. I said, okay, wait a minute. I need to know. All right, so we got the Two of Cups. Yeah, she's still going to continue to hang on to little Mr. Salah. Going to continue to hang on to him and using her means as a way to hold him, to lord over him. Notice the lion with the wings. The line is directly above the both of them, but especially over him. Like control. It's about control. We have the Queen of Pentacles. There she is sitting on her throne with her money. Or at least she wants to sit on her throne. Now she's got to do the seal position. Yeah, and the whole money thing, it's making her into an absolute fucking tyrant. Like she's a tyrant. What she says goes. Nobody can boss her around. She's the only one that sits on the throne. You can't tell her what to do. Respect my authority. That sort of shit. Like being very much the control freak. And she's not an easy person to deal with. No, she is not. We've also got the Page of Swords. I need another card to go with the Page of Swords. Tell me more. Okay, then. Okay. I like it. We got the Page of Swords. Okay, this card keeps coming up. You got the Justice card. Spirit says checks and balances. Like everything is being put into balance. Like everything is being balanced right now. The scales are out of balance, but they're being put in balance. Because if you notice with this Justice card, you've got the sword on one side and you've got the scales on the other. And sometimes justice is rough and it will cut you if that's what it takes to render justice and to straighten up the scales again. Hey, Blondie. Hello, Just Mom Life. If you guys want to thumbs up the stream, I would really appreciate it. Or if you're new here and you want to sub up, please do so. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm feeling like it's not up for us to make Foodie's karma come and deal with her. We all have our karma, and our karma is composed of what we do, what we say, how we conduct ourselves, what you put out into the universe, you get back. And if you want something from the universe, if you want it, then you must also be willing to say, this is what I'm willing to give if I get it. But Foodie's a taker. She does not give, she takes. And she's been taken for a long time. So maybe, perhaps karma has started to tally up the bill and say, it's time to pay. It's time to clear the debt and get things straight again. It's not for me to be like her debt collector, but you always pay your debt before it's all over. So you've got the Justice card, like she's getting some justice. You know, like I feel like what comes around goes around, and apparently it's coming back around to her. There's a feeling of like balancing out money. Foodie, you are broke. You are broke, bitch. Money is tight and you are broke. You're broke, bitch. You don't have a whole lot of money right now, and you're like robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're riding the line, aren't you? Money over here, money over there. Like just trying to make enough to get through each and every month. Yeah, and you, it's made you more into the Queen of Swords. Like you're ready for a fight. You need to get off Salah's ass. He's ready to drop you. So like she's the Queen of Swords, but also like she's having whatever she's doing, she's having to do more. She's having to do more. Like this is her workload. So what we see her do on camera, she's actually doing more than what we think. Like if she's doing cameos or mukbangs, she's doing a lot more than we could possibly see. Because this is her just pumping out those mukbangs, pumping out those videos. You know, like she's pushing herself again. Yeah. Girl world. Why are you fighting with Foodie? We're a bunch of meanie heads. We're a bunch of meanie heads. This is my girl world card. Why you fight with Foodie? She fight with Foodie. That's the girl world card right there. You know, this is a conspiracy. hypocrisy, whatever. Allegedly conspiracy, whatever. We're a bunch of bullies. Yeah, exactly. So like this, she's there's a lot of conflict here. This is just more in her and Salah. Like there's a lot of conflict. Fighting with Girl World. Getting in the thick of it. Fighting. She likes fighting with us though. Don't get it twisted. She likes fighting with us. It makes her feel alive. I've known people like that. I've known a person like ages ago that he was miserable. He was a ball of fucking misery. And he felt alive by fighting, not physically fighting, but just arguing. He loved to do it. It was either fight and feel alive or feel nothing. And Foodie, she's full of self-loathing and self-hate. And when she can get some of that out of her, she feels better. Yep. But the funny part is like she wants to fight with Girl World, right? Y'all, you're gonna love this. She wants to fight with Girl World. She wants some controversy. She wants some attention. Everybody, look at me. Why aren't you guys looking at me? Why aren't you paying attention to me? Right? She wants to be in the middle of a crowd, and yet Girl World is saying, "Fuck you. We don't want to fight with you. You're not worth fighting with. Bye." Look, this is her. Like she's got two swords on her shoulder, holding on to another one, two in front of her, and people walking away saying, "Nope, bye." So she's looking for that attention. She's looking for attention, and yet we're tired. We're tired of the same old, same old. It's not worth fighting over. We're not giving her the attention that she wants. Yep. And then she's going back to the drawing board. What can I do? What can I do to get that attention? What can I do? Trying to come up with little stupid lame shit to get us to pay attention to her. What can I do? And yet she's not trying very fucking hard. Oh, Inferno. Are you paying attention? Hi, Irene. Inferno's got two favorite cards, the Tower card and the Death card. So it's like Foodie is stuck on this toxic addiction treadmill of I need money, so I got to step up my game, putting out mukbangs, having those B moments, which leads to her getting sick. So then she goes to the hospital, she gets a fluid drain, she gets herself better, and then she gets back on the human hamster wheel of addiction. And then around and around we go. So yeah, we got ourselves a little tower moment. I call this my fuck around and find out card. This is the FAFO card. And she has been effing around and she's about to find out. Okay, and I see, okay, what else we got here? What else we got here? And whatever the tragedy, like Foodie always, she always try to she will try to turn anything negative into a positive. If you give her a rotten lemon, she'll still make lemonade and set up a lemonade stand and try to sell that rotten lemonade and get some money for it. So that's been the Foodie way. It's like tragedy, no problem. I could turn that into profit. Something positive, I could turn that into profit. Everything is content to her. So you give her something tragic happening into her life and she'll try to make money off of it and she'll look at that as content. Yep. And then we got the King of Cups. Let's turn this horrible thing into a good thing. Let's make some money. Let's put it in the bank. Let's put it all in the bank. Okay, but let's see. Then we have a sense of King of Cups. We got the High Priestess. Okay, what do you mean, High Priestess? I'm not quite sure what to do with you, High Priestess. I'm going to put you aside for a second. Then you got the Hermit card. She's spending a lot of time alone. A lot of time alone with the Hermit card. Yeah, but it's not fun. It's not fun. We're getting the swords. Like sleepless nights, bad thoughts, nightmares, sorrow, spending time alone. Where is he? I keep hearing that in my head. Where is he? Like, she doesn't like the solitary confinement. She put herself there, but she does not like it. She's bored, cabin fever. Like she's just she's cooped up. Cooped up. She doesn't like being cooped up, but she did it to herself. Yep, and the like Ace of Wands. Hold on a minute. Let me put down some further cards. So they're like, she's in like this horrible cycle of, it's not just her food addiction, but the isolation, having nothing to do, being able to go nowhere. She gets bored. She eats. And then she justifies it in her head. Oh, I'm eating because of YouTube. It's my job. It's how I make money. So she looks at it as, oh, at least I'm making money with it. She's always going to look at it from a money-making perspective. She's not going to look at it ever as a problem, but something to be monetized and make money with. Yeah. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Hold on a second. I got to look at this for a minute. She's going to get in serious medical. I'm not diagnosing her, but I'm feeling like something is going to happen that's going to separate her from her money. Like, she's not going to be able to make as much money. I don't know what it is. Something medical. I can't say for sure. Again, I'm not diagnosing her. I'm not wishing anything upon her, but just there's a sense of she's pushing herself too hard. And there might be a possibility that she pushes herself too much and it gets severe. Like, Foodie, you need to slow the fuck down. You need to slow down. Slow down. Yeah, definitely slow down. You might want to slow it all the way down. Really, you should. Not even joking. And this might lead to, like, we got the Chariot card. We got the Chariot card. So are you going to be forced to leave? You got to go somewhere? Like, what is this? You Okay, I'm just going to get my thoughts off this card. Okay? And again, I'm not wishing anything upon Chantal. I'm not, but I'm looking at the Chariot card and I'm feeling ambulance. I'm just getting the feeling of ambulance off of this. Ambulance.